Well, hello and welcome to the Imago Nutrition podcast, where we answer your questions and give you practical nutrition strategies to help you and your family flourish. So maybe you are looking to feel more satisfied with your meals, perhaps to have smaller portions to help with weight loss. Or maybe you're looking to help your kids feel more satisfied with their meals and not request a snack 20 minutes later. Possibly you're looking to support your gut health, lower cholesterol, lower your risk for heart disease, improve your blood sugar control. Really, this episode is for everyone, and it's a dietitian's favorite topic. So I am very excited because we are going to gain some clarity on some simple ways to boost fiber. Because, as I just mentioned, those are all benefits of fiber. You can feel more satisfied to help with weight loss. You can decrease snacking for your kids, support your gut and mental health, lower cholesterol, risk for heart disease, improve blood sugar, and so much more. So, we also are going to just be encouraged in foods that you're already choosing because we're going to use those foods to find ways to boost fiber. So I'm going to give you some specific examples. So this is a very practical, quick podcast for you today. And we're just going to those are going to be some fun new ways to enjoy your foods. So just a boost in your variety as well. So we're first going to talk about what fiber is really briefly, how much is recommended, some sources, and then dive right into those practical, simple ways to boost fiber in the meals you are already eating. So it just sometimes makes a difference on how you eat certain meals or foods. Okay, so first, fiber is a type of carbohydrate that the body cannot digest. So most carbohydrates are broken down into sugar molecules known as glucose, which is why your blood sugar goes up, which is not a bad thing. It's a very normal process for your blood sugar to rise gradually after you eat. The key is to keep it in a rolling hill, not a huge mountain climb and a huge fall. So you're staying closer to the normal range. So again, that's why fiber is very helpful in taking those carbohydrates that you're eating and keeping your blood sugar in the normal range. But fiber, again, is not digested, so it cannot raise your blood sugar. Fiber is divided into two broad categories, soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber is known for feeding that good gut bacteria and lowering cholesterol, whereas insoluble fiber helps with decreasing constipation. So you really need both, and thankfully all your sources of fiber have a little bit of both. So you don't have to worry about balancing those or only eating, how can I get this more soluble fiber? You just want to work on getting more fiber, because that is one of the reasons dietitians love talking about this. It's not just the most powerful thing you can do in your diet, but it's also the most underutilized. 98% of Americans are not getting enough fiber. So how much is needed? All right. So men ages 50 and younger. So men ages 50 and younger need 31 to 34 grams daily. 31 to 34 grams daily. Men 51 and older need 28 grams daily. 51 and older for men, 28 grams daily. Women ages 50 and younger, 25 to 28 grams daily. And then, I'm going to repeat that one more time. Women ages 50 and younger, 25 to 28 grams daily. And women 51 and older need 22 grams daily. So these kind of match up with your calorie needs, which, correspond with your exercise, your age, height, weight, all those things. So this is not a perfect recommendation, but this is your USDA Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommendation. So it is a really great goal to just shoot for those numbers. And the way you do that, it really just tracking the fiber in your plant foods. As we're going to see here in just a second, what are sources of fiber? They're really just foods from plants. So you name it. So fresh and frozen fruits, fresh and frozen vegetables, beans and legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Okay, so fresh and frozen, that means they're going to preserve the most amount of fiber. Your canned vegetables do not, except for canned beans. Beans and legumes are a great source of fiber and some plant protein. Whole grains. So you're looking for that yellow stamp that gives you a whole grain bread or cereal. Just looking for the word whole in the ingredient list is the second way to identify them. And the third way would, if it's not a processed food, would be to identify them by the dietary fiber on the label, and that's typically 3 grams or more. They're adding inulin and chicory root extract. So if you have a food that seems really high in fiber and you see that on the ingredient list, that's processed fiber, not really what you're looking for. We want fiber from our plants. And then lastly, again, nuts and seeds. So that means nut butters like peanut butter and almond butter can give you a little fiber as well. Okay, so we're already to the practical strategies portion of this podcast. So again, really short podcast today, but 5 simple ways to boost fiber in the foods that you're already eating. How great is that? So you don't even have to come up with different meals. We're just going to take some basic things. Okay. So the first one is a baked potato. So a baked potato, I love potatoes. And the skin is where you're going to get the fiber, 4 grams in a medium baked potato. And then adding, beans. Add beans on top of that potato. Make it like a chili bean or black beans with salsa. I don't care what kind of beans you like. Cannellini beans, those white kidney beans, those are creamy, so giving you like a cheesy texture. So any beans, chickpeas if you want more of a crunchy texture, and you could make it Mediterranean. So like really you're thinking about like a loaded baked potato with beans, because you can make it any flavor profile you want. And you're going to take that 4-gram fiber potato, if you're eating the skin, all the way up to just 1 cup of beans to 16 grams of fiber. So pretty powerful adjustment there. Okay, the next one is a bowl of oatmeal. All right. So everyone, might have a bowl of oatmeal in the morning and be like, yes, I'm getting some fiber. And you're getting about 4 grams in 1 cup of oatmeal. But why don't we just throw a couple of little things in there and boost it even further? So adding 1 diced apple, you're going to increase it 4 more grams. And adding 1 ounce of slivered almonds, you're going to increase it an additional 4 grams. So now you're taking that bowl of oatmeal from 4 to 12 grams of fiber. That is also pretty awesome. So a bowl of oatmeal can be a great way to boost your fiber by just eating it a little differently. Same with the baked potato. Okay, so this is going to be really eye-opening for a lot of people, I think. So salad, right? You think salad and it's like, okay, definitely going to get my fiber with a big salad. Well, let me just tell you, 1 cup of romaine lettuce is only 1 gram of fiber. Not cool. That's not getting you close to your recommendation. So we really need to boost that up. So obviously, the more vegetables you have in that fiber, the better. So adding a half of a bell pepper, you're increasing it 1.5 grams. A handful of cherry tomatoes, you're increasing it another 1.5 grams. And just 1/4 of a cup of walnuts. Now you're up to 6 grams of fiber with just that small side salad. So of course, if you want to keep adding vegetables, you're going to keep adding fiber. So thinking about just taking the extra time to cut those vegetables right when you get them for the grocery store, so they're easy toppings to just throw on the salad. So make your life a little bit easier and go from a boring salad with just lettuce and salad dressing to a very colorful one with 6 grams or more of fiber. Okay. Pasta. Pasta is our next one. So 1 2 ounce of 1 2-ounce serving of pasta is only going to give you 3 grams of fiber. So 1 2-ounce serving of pasta, roughly 3 grams of fiber. And if you simply switch to that Barilla Protein Plus pasta, which is made out of lentils and chickpeas and also a tiny bit of wheat, you're going to get 5 grams of fiber in a 2-ounce serving. Okay, so we've only boosted it about 2 grams there, but have you ever tried a half a cup of roasted cauliflower, cut into small bites, thrown and mixed into your pasta? It would really go with any type of pasta, because you can roast that cauliflower any way you'd like. You can put Italian seasoning on that cauliflower. You can put garlic, what have you. And just like roasting a vegetable concentrates the fiber. So it's actually getting you more fiber in a smaller space. It is not killing your fiber away. And that fat is helping you absorb any fat soluble vitamins when you roast your vegetables. Got a little off topic there because we're talking about fiber, but now with just those 2 swaps, switching to that Barilla Protein Plus pasta, which kids will love, and picky parents, I should say, like if you feel like you only like white pasta, trust me, you're going to like this Barilla Protein Plus pasta. I wish I could be paid by this company because I talk about it all the time. But anyway, they now in that cauliflower chunks, that's going to get you to the 9 grams of fiber in a 2-ounce serving of pasta from the 3 grams. So a big jump there. All right, the last one for you today is yogurt. Okay, so does yogurt come from the plant? No, so you're not going to get any fiber with yogurt, but it's a great little, opportunity. So we gotta use that opportunity. And a lot of people do. A lot of people put berries because that's exactly what I was going to say. So a half a cup of berries is going to get you up to 2 grams. And, you need every gram to count to get to your recommendation. So even 2 grams, that's totally worth it to get to your 20 to 30 per day. Okay. Next, 1/4 of a cup of sliced almonds to give you a little extra crunch. That would give you 4 extra grams. Now your yogurt goes from 0 to 6 grams of fiber. So that's going to help you feel more satisfied. I know the yogurt has protein to help you feel satisfied. It has that hopefully 5 probiotics. So you're getting that good gut bacteria, but you need to feed that good gut bacteria with all this fiber. So I just gave you those 5 practical things that hopefully you're already eating, and can enjoy a different boost in variety, but also fiber. But some other ways really quickly, half of your plate, non-starchy vegetables twice a day. That's a good, just easy thing to remember. Half a plate is a good portion. And twice a day means lunch and dinner. Lunch definitely needs veggies. That's where we forget it the most. And then 1 to 2 servings of fruit per day. So the more of a sweet tooth you have, I highly recommend the 2 servings just to help with that sweetness cravings. And that's a great fresh or frozen fruit is a great way to get your fiber. And then lastly, thinking about like 80 to 90% of your starches and grains should be high in fiber. So quinoa, beans and lentils, whole grains that we talked about. So really looking into those starches and grains that you're buying and see, are they a good source of fiber? And please do not go to just the processed ones in a tortilla, right? Go for your real food, your real plant food. So I hope you found this helpful. I think this was a fun episode. If we can help, contact us, at Imago Nutrition, imagonutrition.com/contact, and we would be happy to answer your questions. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, send us a review, or share with a friend. And as always, you can follow us on social media at Imago, IMAGO Nutrition, at all of the social media platforms. And just to end, I hope you have a really great day and a happy weekend. And thank you as always, to our band Happy Pill for our theme song, Think About Food. Talk to you soon.